And actually, slight adjustment. In last appearance, Zelsis was on Phoenix, if I'm not mistaken. So potentially, this is V1 leaning even heavier, I guess, onto that post-plant kind of composition here. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not we see a huge kind of step change in what we see coming out of them, because I mean, you got to credit versus Crazy Raccoons, V1 really excelled on attack, and that actually it was more the fast-paced aggression, not so much, you know, kind of the reliance on that post-plant strength in terms of
and
utility.
we're live. No Sage from V1. They don't need it.
This is tournament
They're
life
better.
on the line between EU and NA. Fnatic being your EU representatives
He almost
here
got caught.
on the attacking side, but look at V1 coming in on this, playing straight up through middle. 3 players pushing it. Durka on the other side greets Vanity with a smile, sends him to his grave, but a quick trade out. Penny right back in, gains mid control. This, if anything, should spur on that hit towards B, but you can see it. Jammy's, oh, he's ready.
Ready to send out the snakebite to try and deny this initial plant coming through. I think Fnatic just going to wait on the cooldown at least of the Viper.
Oh, a
actually
different
go for
plan.
An default plant here, so
Nice.
because if they've got a really good read on exactly what V1 going to try and do.
Oh
past
no,
the kind of meta
that's
play,
so
the
unlucky.
util play, you still have some real firepower left with Zelsis,
I like that
Effys,
change
and
in the
Kenny to try
plant
and play
though
this back in.
from Fnatic.
Touch on the spike, trying to draw some attention. Does get Magnum
so
to swing,
sick.
does claim Penny. And now Effys and Zelsis kind of pinned in here. Magnum on that mid split. It was something that was highlighted before, is how good his lurks can be on this map specifically. Let's keep that in the back of your minds, and he's just going to take the attention. But it's buying time here. They've cleared out that
Also
flank,
Fnatic
but it's
pistol.
cost them a great deal of time.
They've still got a lot to do here. 3 players to find, and a couple of key members still alive. Both are going to find first. Effys will fall. Zelsis, no choice but to get some progress on that defuse. They come through, and a pistol round win for Fnatic. That's the best possible thing I think we could see coming into today. A few of them have eluded them along the way, but that right there, perfect example, right? A few key things. Fnatic, a slight adjustment, trying to get a post-plant set up away from default, something that they know V1 have got prepared utility for. So just straight away, round 1, a tick in the box for Fnatic.
Let's talk about that spike plant as well. A little off traditional spot because, hey, we saw it instantly. Jammy's so ready for that, especially in this meta. I want to see more of that slight adaptation, little bits of change-ups for both sides, because they're going to have to know these two teams are so hyper-aware of the meta, and this is something that I think Sean Gare said really well on Twitter, that this is going to be a real test for V1's depth. We're going to see them tested in ways that maybe other teams don't necessarily do the same sort of thing. But it is going to be a bit of a stack coming in this time around. V1 in the right place.
I don't know, I
for
disagree
this,
a little bit.
First pick
V1's
does
got
go
Omen.
down towards Durka, who wants a bit more. Gets
the hell
a
are they
dink for
doing?
it, though, down to 46. Good pick up there. Vanity and Zelsis. Yeah, the spell's
How are they-
planted, but the damage is being done.
How are they-
Boaster
what?
swings right back in, doubles on it. That's sick work from Boaster.
How did they get those 2 kills?
Threats being
3
made out of
kills.
so little, though. V1 making this
Come on,
costly, and it ain't over
Prius.
yet.
Wake up.
That's Zelsis stuck back.
Observers.
22 HP. Jammy's
Still
unable to
asleep.
really do anything there to dig him out. Magnum's still got 2 nanos, so an opportunity again with this kind of off default plant here all the way at back site. They're going to find the first. Anyway, Zelsis down to 22 HP. Not much longer for this world. And I think you make a really interesting point, but I want to come back to this. I think expectations-wise, Fnatic were kind of born in this meta, right? We talked about them being the pioneers. The playbook depth-wise, I've got to give the advantage to Fnatic, right? So for them to go away and kind of work on something to address this, and also, I mean, personally for me, I've always credited Fnatic for being very proactive on defense, right? So when we do come
That's
to
one way of getting 2
the
kills,
round
I guess.
switch,
He almost like got
we're
his
gonna
Bucky
we're gonna
money
be seeing
back,
the biggest
you know?
adjustment from Fnatic to address what V1 have brought to Masters.
That was some
Now,
value.
looking at the buy coming out for Fnatic here, this is actually a big investment.
They should double
as well.
peek
The
this.
3
They know
rifles coming
Durka does.
through,
Okay,
this
so
isn't your traditional,
they
like,
should
bonus
immediately
round, but
after
Durka,
this,
is what
right
we're
now.
going to be looking at. Is
The
Durka's
second they realize
start in
Durka
these sort of
does
rounds.
this, he does it
Roll your
every
mind back
single
to that
time.
previous Sentinels
If
game.
they've been
He was
watching
shut
them play
down a
Icebox,
great deal.
he
However,
always
this
jump
time, a quick
dashes.
find on Jammy's is a
Let him
big
take it.
pickup.
Hit him with a double peek, left and right.
Doing the
He
usual, this
loses.
is pretty much their default on attack. They send a lot of presence towards B and leave Magnum kind of lurking outside here with the turret to kind of lock down everything on that side of the map. Potentially, actually, Effys now comes drifting under Boiler as they creep again towards B. Still 2 members for V1 posted on A site as well, so it's only really Zelsis to hold this down for the time being. So look for him to
Like right here, where
survive
where
out,
Durka is
maybe try
right
and
now.
get
That's
an
where they
entry
need to hit
here.
him with a
Turret
double peek
gets
from
smoked
for
off.
sure.
Yeah, very aware of this.
I don't think they ever will,
still trying to
but
buy the time. He
does it every
as you
round.
said, he is on his own, but he does have that utility with him. A late lean comes out as well from Penny, who's playing kind of deep on this one. Durka waiting to see if Penny oversteps. I think Penny's going to play pretty patient in this one. I doubt he's going to overstep the mark until required. There's the first bit of utility shown, and the spike plant being toyed with.
Nice.
Durka,
Well
where
done.
did you get that from? Zelsis removed from the site. While that happened, Magnum still doing this working middle. He's expecting the play to potentially come through that A side, but
Vanity's
actually it's
aware of it.
Vanity. Yeah, he's so aware, but this still buys time. They can't really split through middle, and you're down to these two rifles that I'm sure V1 really would love to keep, but at this point, does Magnum push
Here.
on it? They both seem so aware. Vanity does get him, so that's Magnum gone, but this is going to be a fallback. At least they bought themselves some time. No, Durka quickly on the hunt, removes the rifle from Penny, and Vanity just going to try and live through
He didn't get
this.
stuck on anything. He just got scammed
We'll
right
get the
there.
consolation, but I mean, a big win for Fnatic here, keeping 4 alive. Also, Boaster going to obviously take the upgrade there. He did bring a Spectre into this one. Give me the third closed out for Fnatic, and again, it's first blood goes their favor, and it's kind of that slow, methodical push where they're still very, very aware of the possibility of, you know, potentially a third player through here. But Durka finding this one, I guess, just pure anticipation in terms of positioning there. It's a really nice hit once
Wow.
again.
He
from Fnatic.
barely caught him.
So well considered, and I mean, you know, eyes do go towards Magnum and Boaster in terms of flank control and finding value in their lurks already. We're seeing V1 kind of be aware of it, but not able to deal with it comfortably, at least on that buy round there.
No, and considering
Every
all
round,
the
Durka does
sheriffs and
this.
The hero rifle left
Right
over for
there is where
Vanity.
they double peek
Keep
him,
in mind,
dude.
this is a great map for
And they
version
win.
1. A couple of losses, but that TSM in their strength.
They don't actually
and
win,
Sentinel.
but, you know.
So a pretty reasonable couple of losses. Jammy's though, oh, he's going to be pushed out position.
yeah.
Nicely done. Good consideration. Very good usage of
Vanity's
utility
saving this
to
round.
ensure safety.
Or he's
You
gonna
don't wanna
try.
let, you know, some of those positions that Jammy's is trying to get away with go unchecked. So good work for Fnatic so far. All players on rotation though. Vanity is still your danger man in this round.
In here, just going to take a breather. Again, Fnatic anticipating maybe V1 try to re-aggress back onto these kills going against them. Actually, anyway, Recon Bolt going to be destroyed, and I'm not sure how many actually got pinged off that, but it looks like it's going to be the green light, at least for Fnatic, to progress towards site. Penny gets spotted out, has to drop down. Effie's and Penny both here now. Durka trying to line up the same shots once again, but no value this time around. A clean, comfortable plant. It'll be difficult here for V1 to crack back in. It's Vanity
Never
to find
mind.
the entry.
Vanity's actually going for this?
Yeah, this
All
has
right.
to be a clean pick.
There's no
too,
shot
just
they win
wanna
this.
keep
There's
that
literally
HP as
no
high as they
way.
can. If they
This
could
is an
nab a
impossible
rifle
round to
away,
win.
That would be sublime, but it's very unlikely considering the positioning. Vanity desperate to find that first way in. A couple of tags. Yeah, they're finding a bit of damage here. Dome are a little lower, Durka, but they still stand. And no one's giving them anything. Fnatic are sitting on this one. A couple of... Look at that swing on it. That is so good.
Why?
Magnum takes the focus. Durka on the swing.
keep
They are
them in
going
there,
through
man.
all of this. Crossing the T.
That's the kind of round that
dotting
you
the
know
I's.
you've lost.
Fnatic mean
You get
business
somebody
today.
on your
They're leaving
on their
nothing to
flank. You
chance.
get
This is a
somebody
different look to them.
kind of
Keep in
poking
mind, yeah, there was not
from
too much
Snowman,
danger
from
there.
B
It was
site,
Sheriffs, but that hero
and
rifle
try your
that they're keeping
absolute
clean
best.
rounds. They're being so meticulous in post
Your
plant.
absolute
They're using
best
good
to hold them in
utility
there
early.
for as
High
long
Pop,
as you
this looks
can.
like a solid
And then
Fnatic.
that's it. Hope
Yeah,
they
it
die
is,
to
and
the
it's just that slight
spike or
adjustment here where they
something.
find, again, save round for V1, and I guess
There's
a
no way they
little
win
bit
that round.
deeper in terms of early round aggression, but it gets absolutely punished. And you're right, it's meticulous. It's the diligence they're able to show in the early round in terms of utility, positioning, clearing out all these kind of rat
God.
spots. I gotta say, anticipating Vanity of all people, as you see him right here inside the smoke. But again, the utility gonna
Tag.
deal some damage, keep him honest.
Yeah, he's going to be forced back now. He can try and buy some time to allow himself at least safety to fall back away from this. And maybe a good read from Fnatic here, knowing that there is going to be that op-out for Penny now. You can see the economy. You're going to know that that's something they can go towards. However, we know as well that... My word, Durka just digs Vanity out of the position straight away. Up on the ults as well. Speaking of the Killjoy out that came in, that's going to give Durka a bit of room, but Penny says no. Mid-air takes him down.
A little ballsy.
Drags him to his grave, and now the 4v4 post-plant. And we still have Viper up. Keep eyes on Mystic. Full utility that he needs on this one. Left in check. So this is a tough retake for V1. They're going to know they're up against it here.
Dome are going to find Zelsis on the way in. Jammy's actually going to trade that one back out now. So going in favor of V1 at site at least, but here comes the utility now. The contingency plan. Magnum just got to hold down the fort for the time being. First snake bite goes through.
Well, they lost.
Defuse coming through. Yeah,
Jammy's
two
on
players,
push.
very low HP. Jammy's actually going
Oh.
to deal with it there. They do actually have time for the defuse, so a little bit
What
of
are
a
you
slip there.
doing? Mystic.
Gets falling just too early, and Mystic not able to fully reset.
Bro, what
off
is
that. He's got to
happening?
deal with the threat coming through, but
Did he not have one
really
more
good
snake
stuff.
bite? I
V1
swear he did.
Get in early enough, everything goes their way on site. They find the first 2 kills. Nice little snap from Penny there.
Damn.
And again, this is the sort of thing we look for in the post plan, right? They'll send Durka forwards. Durka can play very aggressive here because even if he goes 1-for-1, in those scenarios, it all plays to Fnatic's strength because it runs the clock down.
He should have won the round.
I have to highlight Jammies as well. What an MVP.
He literally
of a
could have won the round. He
there.
could have won
I thought it was gonna be
AFK
the other
and
Viper
won that
coming
round.
up good, but no, Jammies
Yeah.
just absolutely man-moding it forward, just taking the fight and winning
Oh,
it
well.
in such succinct time. It was so valuable to get that kill quickly. However, back in we go. Penny this time going to get a fight towards Long. Last time they did lean away. Durka, position noted, so Penny now fully aware, but he does have another player with him. He's got that Killjoy by his side, so Magnum might
This
post
is
up
good.
on him. Durka
This
wants
is
to
good.
back out.
Penny is so convinced that someone's there, but they have no idea that somebody's behind this box.
There and left Magnum posted.
If
Now,
he has good
Magnum's
timing or they
position
decide to
wasn't
get a
noted,
little
so if Penny
close,
looks to get a little aggressive
this is
with
a
the
freebie.
operator here, could be punished. Again, gonna lean away for the time being. Oh, Magnum.
hello?
Was that? Did he
Yeah, I
do that?
don't know if that was
I'm worried it's a
intentional or
mouse
not.
wheel jump, or if he's... It's an audio cue nonetheless, so Penny ain't moving too far. They have lost a bit of mid control, so you can see
Penny's
that
like, what
pressure
the heck?
mounting. Already you've got that jet working through.
Ghost.
That's going to be Durka. Good pickup from Zelsis though to find Boaster. Alleviates a little bit of that pressure. Allows Penny to refocus towards the push.
No.
He's gone checked for the
Oh, no.
uncharacteristic miss.
They don't
Knocks
even
her
turn
out. No
around.
one's looking his way. You cannot leave that man unchecked.
That's just land right
Doma
there.
does
That's
put him
all that
down, but
is.
by now, V1 are in the right... What?
What?
How has he gone away with it? Durka on the
All
front.
that was
Good
right there is just
shutdown in the
land.
end from
That's it.
Vanity.
Like, that's
that
just
could have
like-
gone so much scarier, but great play from V1.
That's just like
I don't
being
know
like
how Penny got away with
hyper-focused
that, even though eventually he got
just-
found.
I don't know. It's so easy to disregard something being that focused on land.
Read that situation perfectly. Durka with the bait of the
Audio's
sound cue
always
dropping back
terrible
off,
on
and
land, you know,
Magnum's
stuff like
position
that.
Initially completely unnoted, and I'm with you. I'm not sure.
I don't
if
even
that
know how
was
they won
fully
that round.
intentional because
That was-
everything lined up there. You could see Penny poised to kind of find somebody drifting back out onto B lane. But as soon as he hears that second audio cue, he backs up. He's like, "No, guys, I think something's up here. You know, there's an extra body waiting."
Let's go, Penny. Feeling aggressive.
Nice.
And quick as
Did Penny?
lightning.
Oh.
Penny hits and runs. Durka's gone. Another tick in the box for Penny in that matchup
Just
against
go again,
Durka.
Penny.
And now
Oh.
Fnatic can be working with one less, but the res
Uh-oh.
invested. But Penny posted up in a new position. I thought he had that every
He
day, but
lagged
no.
him.
Has to fall away now, find a new spot, but so proactive in these angles.
Yeah, Mr. Gatty, I guess, got legged there. He's down to 30 HP. We'll get the heal off Doma. We'll be able to reset here. Vanity posted up close.
Vanity.
You gotta be careful. Magnum actually going to swing on it. He will find the entry here. I don't know how
What's
Vanity
Vanity
didn't catch
doing,
that crossbow.
bro?
Just a little unfortunate with the timing there, but Penny will post up and he's holding this angle now, but a lot of utility
Look
block
at
off
that.
these sight lines. He gets tagged
Penny
as
has
well.
to fall.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
is
Hunter's
such a
Fury
nice
away.
piece.
He has to come away. I don't think he can recontest this.
Well, he has to fall away from at least denying the spike plant, right? He can't really hinder the spike, but that's good. Effie's huge work from him. Now the Killjoy comes in. Quick work from Doma, though, to shut down Penny, and now you've still got 3 players standing for V1. Boaster desperate for a connection. He can't quite do what he wanted, but Doma's still alive. 30 seconds here. Zelsis reaggressing, though. Doma's denied it, and now it's down to just Jammies. But last time he clutched this out, and he might have to do it again. Durka up against him, spike in hand. 20 seconds now.
Oh!
Jammies feels it. He feels that pressure starting to mount, and Durka just waits. Glimpse now noted. 13 seconds. Pulls him
my
off it.
God.
Durka kept his cool, but look at this round.
They're just more
Ibok.
confidence coming out of
Yes, the end
Durka.
was exciting
That's it.
individually, but the amount
That's all
of
that was.
utility they poured in just to push Penny off that angle.
I love it. The double smoke onto the side, the slow setup for the rafters, it's just perfect. And Doma's the one to
Did
eventually
Vanity
find
just- I don't know-
Penny, but
I don't know what
again,
he's
that was so
doing.
back and forth. And actually, even after the initial utility comes,
He's playing like
V1,
he's
I
playing
mean,
like he's a jet.
they stand
But
at the
he's an
front
omen.
and fight.
Kind of weird.
Comes down to the 1v1 in the end, but you see it now, the purchase coming back in. Operator once again, and the judge on the side of Vanity. Jammy's only with the sheriff.
Penny. Well, they seem at least cognizant of the fact that someone could have been there. The jump peak definitely going to highlight it, and the utility to allow the cross back through. But they've now noted that the off is still in play for Penny. So good information, fine. But a 3-play stack towards B now.
Also, I'm going to come through, clear some of these close angles for them. Tag through again. The Viper Wall's crossing. They're actually dropping
another
really
opening
time.
pick.
Their Boaster going to get punished for that. Durka will trade back onto Zelsis, but not much else he can do about the plant coming through. Jammies will actually throw out the snake bite, but it's a little bit late, so they do actually get the plant off comfortably, and they can reset. You can see already Magnum and Mystic reset towards B lane. Expect Magnum.
Oh my God, he was so aware of it. He was so aware of it.
There was about to be 2 players potentially swinging to yellow. That could have been
That's
such
awesome
a problem,
to see.
but no. Gets away with his life. Still happy to take the attention on this. And now here comes that Sight Swarm. Keep your eyes on the spike. Durka going to get the first fight on this one. However, there's the utility invested from the Viper, but Bear comes back in on the trade. Doma outdone by Vanity. Leaping across, a Mystic has to play this out so well. Vanity is an animal right now.
Wow.
And Penny shuts down Magnum. Spike should be defused. A little close, but it's fine. But Vanity, what a play.
Yeah, really interesting. I mean, I noticed as soon as they're able to reset, Magnum does actually walk all the way back into mid to come through connector. I'm not sure of his utility situation there, but he only has
They just won because of a judge,
so
by the way.
with
That wasn't a rifle.
I mean,
that was a
what can
judge
you do about
that won them that round. Like, what?
What can you do about this? When he's just running at you.
Oh, yeah, fair.
With a judge.
Balanced.
Yeah. Let's go, baby. I mean, those are the sorts of rounds that you just can't expect it, right? It's so unorthodox to have somebody just running at you like that. But again, you know, Fnatic had the opportunity to reset. Magnum, unfortunately, gets shut down that flank, and now we see Fnatic actually back down on a lesser purchase here. Ooh, we actually spot the head, but can't find that kill.
Just a little haircut, just a little off the top. Stays alive though, Durka. See if they can allow him to get some success off this. Everyone else looking across it. Yeah, there's some armor investment, but beyond that, it is mostly Sheriffs and Spectre. That's about your lot. So maybe see if they can catch V1 getting over aggressive. No. And actually, wait, Magnum's found room on Vanity. That's very surprising. He's just crept on site now. Penny's a little baffled. What?
That was not a double.
Penny?
That was not a double.
Penny is in the building, boys and girls. Magnum, though, tries it.
What is happening right now?
And now Boaster
Bro,
in a 1v1 against Penny, who's on
for both of these guys
right now. What does Boaster do? Spike's down in mid.
Look where
and already Penny's on the push. Penny is going to just throw the timing off so much. That's the Spike left down, but Penny, this timing, Boaster's short.
What a play by Penny.
Think of
what a
it.
play,
no
dude.
way in hell did he expect Penny to be that quick on it. But Penny just saved V1 that round.
That is massive from Penny. Like you said, just completely flipped the script on expectations there of how Boaster was going to play that.
Script the flip.
Again, with Spike down as well, comfortable. That's
look at this double.
All-out confidence play.
What?
He found 2 with that.
Wow. Was he already tagged and it hit him in the arm?
What the
What?
Heck? Give me that, like, in slow-mo. Someone screenshot
That was
it.
slow-mo, pansy.
Find me a way. Did it
Come
hit
on.
the arm when the wall was coming up from the
That was
stage?
weird.
And that was an...
I want answers.
Give me the VOD.
I want answers.
That was just weird.
Vanity
That was weird.
might have a couple of questions for Fnatic. Not sure about answers for now. He does.
I agree, though.
feel enough pressure
Give
to
it
back away
a little
from this,
slower.
though.
Slow-mo it.
Five-man play towards
Like double.
A.
What do you call a slower slow-mo?
Again, the double slow wants to get onto rafters and backside as well to maybe try and isolate one of these kills. The Aldrone actually comes through. Vanity's position will be spotted.
More? No.
I don't know where it's sent out just to slow things down. We'll try and tuck himself in, but he's in big trouble there if Durka decides to swing on it. The recall ball actually going to get a big tag there. Penny will follow up on it.
You can't leave him alone for a second, and Vanity's going to thread the needle. Such perfect timing. Going to get one, even a second.
Huge.
Vanity finding value everywhere he goes. And Durka and Mystic, they have got the spike at least, and they've got a fair crack of time, but they've lost so much step across this
Listen,
map.
chat, you call it console, okay? You all failed.
Relatively unguarded.
Yeah, Jammy's actually drifting away as that hit was coming through. So completely wide open here. And I'll be honest, Mystic still with 2 snake bites. It's a 2v3. They can get the plant down. Durka tries to play this a little more aggressively, potentially.
Effies?
This is still doable for Fnatic. Lots of time here,
Wants
but
that pick.
yeah, he tried to tap to try and find a peak. You're absolutely right, Lauren. Not going to pay off for him. And now, actually, we've already closed the distance here. Hunter's Fury going to buy
Good
more
read
time
on
as
where
well.
they plant, honestly.
Oh, it's tough, yeah.
Very well done.
Right there. Again, Fnatic just expecting the I guess V1 didn't read into that A hit as much as they did. Because they were there very, very late, honestly.
I don't
Fnatic
really
misread. Fnatic thought there was one
maybe
there.
expecting someone to be lingering around, trying to pull that player off the
Fnatic
side.
thought somebody was close, so they didn't plant right away.
I gotta say it, like, Smoke Criminal is just like the most fitting name for him. How many times have we seen?
I can't believe V1's coming back.
You know, for Fnatic,
I think there's a little bit of luck
like you said,
on V1's side to come back in these rounds,
and being wary of all these spots, but still he gets away with it.
A comeback's come back, you know?
I'm not even sure actually if Boaster's Aljo noted him at backside and he just makes the the ballsy play, right? Is to creep forward, throw himself a dark cover down, sit inside it, and wait for the hit to come through. Again, at that point, you know, in the positions noted, they think, actually, yeah, we spotted out the one guy we're expecting to rat. Yeah, maybe he will back away now. But no, he's
Luck's
like,
part of the game,
actually,
though.
You've seen where I am. I'm going to go even rat.
First-person shooters are...
Smoke.
Look, the
part of the reason they're so exciting is because there is a lot of luck in them, right?
Hitting up NA, it's just in the blood by now. North America just knows how to do it. They get that timing so nice on it as well. So at this point, good timing, I feel, for the tactical timeout to be called for Fnatic. They did that nice run earlier on, but once we've got into the meat of things, the gun rounds, and Penny's got that op out, it has been a pretty clean run from V1.
Yeah, I mean,
headsets off.
The thing that's impressed me most
Notes
about
are being
is
taken.
their ability to find this value in the mid-round, right? And in terms of audibles and the calling, and they respond so well to these kind of slow information-gathering plays on the back of mostly Penny and Zelsis, I'll say it. But again, here, it's Jammies also. In terms of the rotation timings, and I guess, yeah, in that previous round, you could say maybe they could play, you know, a 2-1 split and leave Jammies on B side, but actually, I mean, Fnatic kind of reading into it, it plays perfectly for them to just stack up. So, actually, yeah, it's great to see, you know, Vanity do his thing, Penny do his thing, but it's the structure behind this.
I love the switch up off the pause. I always love it. After a timeout, to try and go a little aggressive, throw any plan that Fnatic might have basically in the bin. I think that's quite the nice idea. It has cost Effie's life, though. Somehow Durka's managed to grab that Vanity down a little lower on HP, but nothing too much to worry about just yet. Trying to find the timing on it. Just looked away. Durka outdoes him, but there's still presence on the site. You can see Penny lingering around. Spike plant will be coming in. I don't think that's going to be able to be stopped at this point. No, it's down.
Reset now. You already see Mystic in position. Doma will find Jammies actually responds onto Doma, though. But again, clock ticking away. Only 2 members left for V1. They've got to break this post-plant setup, and not sure if that was Jammies or Mystic, but the initial molly's slightly off there. Penny will check it, but Durka still comes out on top. Jammy's the last man standing. They'll try and save this out.
That's a bummer, man. If they didn't lose so many people.
Potentially to cut him off, so I think he's going to have heard. He's heard Jammies backing away.
They didn't lose so many people. They might have been able to play a retake, kind of, right?
Jammies, aka James.
Well,
right now.
I don't know.
Just trying to get that.
Playing retake is so hard on this map. I feel like
away from Boaster at least for now.
With like all the post-plant setups that people have.
Just doesn't want any of this. Oh no, 4 HP.
4 HP.
Just don't breathe. Don't breathe. You're fine.
Did he die?
I don't know if he lived. I don't know if he lived. We'll find out. Magic surprise coming in. Yeah, Durka though, finding the timing on Vanity there. It was a second's difference, man. Like, it's just how the game goes.
The other thing is, well, Vanity just slips off that edge there, so I guess he can't fully get a grip on that recoil either. I mean, he looked ready for it. I mean, the initial peak, like you said, yes, I love the pace change, but as soon as V1 show a little bit of aggression, Durka still hops up on pipes. Like, even when they get the double peak at the start, he's still just like, yeah, I'm still going to peek this.
This is interesting. You got a 3-play stack on B long, ult invested towards A, and this wasn't a default coming out from Fnatic, so they don't have that much information, but a good counter from the kill.
Well, that didn't work out in his favor.
Again, seeing this more often now. As soon as you know that the ultimate comes up, the Viper's rotated to a different site altogether, and you know that the lean's potentially going to be elsewhere. So great read from Fnatic. Yeah, Hunter's Fury comes out.
That was just a shutdown completely.
Actually,
that ult literally didn't matter.
Zones off a couple of angles here, and look at that. Durka goes up top there with the Blade Storm, but the spike actually, it denied the plant.
Yeah, it did. And that's massive work. A little bit of time garnered here. Now Durka's going to be under pressure, and he knows it. He's got so many players around him. He's trying to dip out of there, try and get to a little bit of safety. Jammies, big pressure. No, not to a pistol. Jammies finds him with one. And the UI feeling about as rough as EU did after the first couple of games, but Jammy's going to continue this one forward. We still have the positioning coming out, though, from Mystic on the back line.
I don't know what's happening because the UI's all fucked up.
He has to play this to the seconds of perfection. Boaster on the big boy flank, though. Has he made noise, though? I feel as though he's been heard. He's been noted. He's still going to find Zelsis, but time, they should have enough of this.
What a half.
Yeah, definitely going to be able to get it there. I love the play with Vanity, just the TP all the way back. Try and contest Mystic there. Apologies for the UI, but we'll get that fixed hopefully before the next round starts. A little bit chaotic throughout that. I was taking a look to see what utility they had left. And the first awkward 1v1 we'll see with Jammy.
You look like you haven't slept since this tourney started. Bro, it starts at 8 a.m. every damn day.
This is just a slight adjustment.
Of course I haven't slept.
Fnatic, but Magnum playing a little more aggro than I'm expecting in these post plants. Maybe just to try and, I guess, read into the way that V1 are going to try and contest the utility lineups, but a little bit strange to see. Again, he's usually doing what we've seen Boaster do on Icebox at least, which is these very, very late lurks through mid on both sides, actually, A and B. We only really see him do it on B. He's kind of been first point of contact in terms of the post plant hold.
It does seem as though we have a little bit of a tech pause here. But we can kind of talk through what we've seen so far. And I mean, there's been plenty to talk about. It's been a good start for Fnatic. They got the pistol under their belt and they ran with it and they looked pretty solid, crossing the T's, dotting the I's. Now, the answer back on the rifles, though, came in perfectly. And again, in these post plants, I do want to highlight, Jammies to me has been so good at digging out Mystic from these positions, constantly pressuring those post plants. And if you've known these two teams coming into this, let's say you watch both regions, you enjoy the meta that's currently in, you know that they're going to be so hyper aware of how to pressure it, how to make that other player uncomfortable, to play the opposing number, right? Your other Viper, they've got to know what's up. Oh no, I don't like a chair. I don't like a chair lean. I don't like it.
Don't like it when they go horizontal. It's not good.
No, we don't like a tilt. But what stood out to you the most in this so far, in this matchup at least?
I honestly, I think, like I said, just that slight adjustment where even in the post plant, seeing Fnatic play things a little, again, you could say expectations wise, Dirk is fine doing what he does. And usually it's Doma not too far away. He's usually kind of the second point of contact. But I guess with Dirk getting dealt with quite a few times, it's looked a little rough for Fnatic. It doesn't look as if they've really been able to comfortably lean on all that utility, which would have been the expectation, right? And actually, conversely, I mean, if you're going to see them kind of adjust and anticipate that switch up from V1 to really challenge that post-plant hold, I want to see kind of Fnatic double down on it. I don't want to see Durka be kind of solo on the front line.
Omen's the counter pick to post-plant meta.
Boaster giving us the
How?
eyes. But it's interesting. It's interesting to note.
I'd
as well.
love to hear your thoughts. How
a few
is
change
that
ups
work?
here with Magnum tending to stay on site, especially when they hit A, and Boaster being in that lurk role. Whether or not, relying on Sova also in the post plant, having a lineup from somewhere for those shock darts or something, because I don't feel good right now about their whole V1 are able to retake pretty comfortably sometimes because they're finding entries so early on. Like I said, the big condition of this meta and this composition is running the clock down, coming in, finding a clean plant, but also in the rounds where Fnatic are finding a first blood or
the lineup,
finding an entry.
Listen, smoking the lineup, that actually is like 5 head, right?
The pace in the retake, which is just odd.
No, like there's a million different ways to do one thing. So
from Fnatic prior
to get
this,
that down is so challenging. How are you supposed to smoke the lineup when there's like
we'll have to wait and see how it looks
100 of them?
But overall performance so far, I think a lot of the win conditions for V1 have come online early. I mean, Penny is having a series as soon as he gets that up.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
Whew, the impact he can have. Like, the one thing I think all of us can agree, even, prior to Masters, was that North America, they've got some incredible operator players out there. Be it your your Wardell, whoever it may be, right? You can go through most of the teams almost and pick out like a standout, right? There's so many of them, but it's great to see Penny finding that form here at LAN as well.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's no real shocker to say that Penny for me is been the most exciting player to watch on version 1. And again, I think that comes down to they made this comparison on the desk in terms of, you know, what Fnatic do and kind of the structure and the support system around Durka. It's all well and good, but the amount of times we've seen Penny just all out solo come up huge in a situation on Jet with an operator, with a rifle, whatever it is, positionally. I think actually Potter made a really good kind of analogy about risk assessment, right? Positionally, that's where Penny excels as a Jet.
Yeah, 100%. Now, 6-6. Close game. I think we're all kind of getting what we want out of this. If anything, this is just proving that these two are very well matched. Durka going to get the first bit of contact. Really
almost
this.
caught him.
Spam away through the wall, but no connection.
They're not actually committing to anything. They're just kind of hoping to get a pick.
Dammy's meanwhile though has walked all the way up. Magnum might just catch him creeping. He does
nice shot.
Still need to call him off guard, but Magnum comes out on top. Now information given across to Fnatic. Again, contact shown on both sides, but no follow-up on Jammies. It's only going to be Magnum and Mystic now with Boaster drifting back onto
They're
Boiler.
doing too much, man.
Noted.
V1's trying to
follow up on the drone here, and actually going to see Effie's remain here on A to try and sell this fake, but as I say that, two members of V1 actually onto yellow now.
Unless Penny can save them?
Yeah, running all the way around the map here. It's going to be... Look at this. It's drawn them way off A site already. It's only Doma.
Well, they know now. If they don't go in now, it's over. Because like now it's just 300% obvious, right?
It's got to be the double Doma, though.
That is unlucky.
Vanity just crossing that corner at the
that is
perfect
so
time.
unlucky.
Brilliantly done. Well
how he just got caught right there.
Mid-flank coming out from Boaster. Durka, the timing again. Magnum, though. Nice spacing on that to make sure Vanity couldn't punish Durka there. Nice work off the back, but leaves it open to Penny.
I'm actually surprised they recovered that so well. At first, they were doing too much, being like
pressure from the side itself and still doing work.
Being on like two sides of the map at the same time.
A 1v2 presented, and you've got Zellsis and Penny in good positioning. Just having to make the time sit on their side, and they do just that.
It worked out.
Start in the second half.
I'm trying to remember how it worked out. What was the?
Just coming through.
I think the Penny pick.
On B,
I think the Penny pick is what solidified it. Penny getting that kill, Snowman,
on it. And even just a
just
slight
convinced
adjustment
them
there, planting in a weird
that they were
spot, so
coming.
potentially, actually, you know, if all goes wrong, they've got two players on B. The plant is for screens, right? It's for mid potentially to kind of run down the time that it takes to rotate. Really, really nice round from V1. And again, actually, I was after Jammy's walking all the way through, and I initially said no follow-up, but you know, 15-20 seconds later, there's a second lurk coming through from two players, Penny and Zellsis.
Nice start for Vanity. Let's see if they can do the same as Fnatic did, keeping these first couple
saw his
rounds
shoulder.
nice and clean.
He like jiggle peeked and saw his like shoulder
far.
for a second. That sucks.
Jammies. Just want to get caught out by that Killjoy on the other side. Magnum would love a bit of timing on this, but I doubt Jammies is going to give it to him. And yeah, leaning right towards A, where it will be Boaster waiting to see if he can maybe do some damage, but V1 look pretty well prepared for this.
Yeah, Magnum actually going to be trailing. Oh, Boaster swings out, finds a headshot, but no kill there. 20 HP on Vanity. Magnum finally catches up to Jammies. We'll find this kill, but position noted. Difficult here. Look for him to try and do a little more damage here, but Penny already wise to it. We'll find the headshot there. V1 close out the second. Go up 8-6.
Not a bad round.
Now. Important thing, and I mentioned this the first time we saw V1 play at Masters, and look towards Jammies to be just that hard lurker here, especially playing the Viper role. And just look for him to just show a little bit of presence early round, every single time. Now, if Fnatic can kind of read into that, potentially isolate that one kill, it removes a large kind of, you know, factor for the post-plant hold, right? We keep talking about this utility. What I don't want to see is Magnum hunting solo. One of the biggest things that I always talk about with Fnatic is being proactive and being able to isolate players in these kind of defensive executes. That's what I'm looking for here on Jammies.
Now, it is the bonus round for V1, but it does pack a punch in the form of Penny with that rifle. A couple of Bulldogs out as well, and Effie's still with that Spectre. Just Jammies down on the Sheriff, but
oh, they're gonna know that there's
around it.
at least two, because the Bulldog with the Vandal.
V1 testing a little towards middle, walking two, but not really committing off the back.
Dude, that's so weird.
Finally.
They took out the turret and they placed their own turret.
A B lane here. Oh, actually, that's unfortunate. Their Vanity actually gets tagged, so Fnatic's still aware that they're trying to pull contact on both extremities here, try and force that rotation out. Look at this now. Durka and Dome are actually clearing all the way through B lane, so this is very early information, way before the spike's going to be planted on A, Lauren.
Keep your eye on Zelsis in middle as well by the time this flank comes in too, but that's for maybe a second after the site hit comes out. Mystic does catch off Penny. No trade going to come from that. Vanity needs to back for a second, and here comes that mid lurk. Zelsis very prepared for it. Finds Durka. Does he expect Doma? They are normally the duo, but
now that
Zelsis
Sage might get flanked.
That makes Doma feel, you know, as said, chocolate teapot style, not so useful.
He was playing like
good work from Vanity on the way back
in.
No
time. He was playing like he wasn't aware of it.
Zelsis just trying to live here, surrounded. Magnum's down. Boaster tries to hit that flank.
They were gonna make it anyway.
Like a knife in the back. He finds Effie's and Jammies. Vanity catches him though, and now Mystic just has to live. No one catching him before the time runs out.
They almost had the right idea. Almost.
Well handled by Fnatic there. Again, expect as soon as Durka and Doma find all that space on B and start creeping towards mid, expect them to actually lean away from A a little bit, at least try and not hold on site itself. This is just too risky, right? I mean, at that point, you just want to keep the numbers advantage. You want to at least keep it to a 5v5 in the retake, especially when you have this much pressure towards the back lines and Jammies playing over towards Belt on A. It's a really, really well considered hold there from Fnatic across the entire map.
Know this by now. Durka will play this spot, and he plays it pretty well. Can often get 2 kills from this quite comfortably, but for now we see that lean towards A coming out from B1. Penny gonna lead the charge here. Utility gonna at least clear some of these corners on the way in. Vanity by his side and Mystic on the other. Wants to try and deny the spike plant, but he's actually completely unsaved.
God, he's just
Vanity's
so close.
Fine.
He's so close to him, dude.
Mystic catches Vanity on the back pedal, but it's still Zelsis standing tall. Quick little bit of util on the side, but Mystic! So much work, but now we get into the post-plant realms. We know it. Jammies is here. Effie's by his side. These two are so well prepared for this. Unless there is something mad coming out, how are you going to get on that spike?
Yeah, Effie's also has the shock dust as well, though. We know how bad this could be, but Utility invested pretty early here. With Mystic finding these kills, that's everything gone, I'm pretty sure. So Mystic can just stick this.
They got the timing just right. I don't think you can stop the defuse. No, he can't. He can get maybe the kill afterwards. It doesn't matter.
Why'd they use everything so early?
The timing a little early maybe on that one.
There was no, there was no tap.
Really
there was nothing.
well, because actually Fnatic don't go and challenge the backlines, right?
No.
Mystic finding those kills. Yeah, Mystic finding those kills when he did on site, and actually Zelsis being the important one, he's going to be the first point of contact, right? He falls back, he finds these 2 kills, which is huge, right? All he needs to do is get back under Nest. That's all he needs to do. Because he then is the person that defends the push from Fnatic. All Fnatic do is they say, right,
can't hear the tap from that
they're going to have to burn it early. If neither of them are going to peek the defuse, they're going to have to use
Maybe they can't. You might be right, actually. Maybe they can't. It is a little far. Sure you might actually be right on that. They might not know the exact timing of.
Manage to get rifles up. Just 1 bulldog for Effies, but he does have his ult as well. Plenty of ults coming online here. 4v1.
Maybe I don't know. I actually don't know.
Jammies, but the amount of room Durka's garnering them here, if they can punish that later, that could be interesting. But for now, he's holding half of this map.
I think now we see the readjustment from Jammies. It's like, yeah, okay, we need to address the mid-round kind of backline control. I'm not going to show on B. I'm going to sit at the top of spawn ramp, and we're just going to wait. We're going to play this out slow here, because I think the plan here is to find entry with Penny, at least with the Blade Storm. And Jammies to be able to punish this flank now. Zelsis as well set up with the turret.
Oh, no.
That was just the land nerves, I guess.
Right into the Zelsis. No way, that timing. No way. If they were about to push through middle, just missing each other by split seconds, Fnatic going to fall away from this. They feel as though they've checked on mid. Nothing's towards B. They actually left a little bit of a rotation of Magnum over there, but they can kind of fall back towards A. Super late site hit coming down now, so Vanity aggressing towards the site. Mystic, Doma, both towards short. Fnatic left the site here, maybe reading a little bit into this pace change and unaware of how to handle it, but Penny can't handle the knives now. Doma outdoes him, a rarity. Penny's been on point, but now Vanity playing that smoke, the criminal himself. Can he get away with it? But now he's going to at least draw the fire. Fred falls away. Post-plant comes in. Killjoy out. Invested.
And everything. Actually, the TP from Vanity. I love this as well. The Hunter's Fury goes down. Actually just creating a little bit of paranoia in the backlines. But the defuse coming through, it's already halfway. Finally dealt with here. Magnum invests the lockdown as well to try and clear some of this close space.
Is he looking for the Silva, maybe?
I see a wall on this too. I don't know if that post plant's going to work out well. No, it doesn't. Another defuse going to come through. Fnatic somehow playing this style against them. And look, we said it. If anyone knows how to do this, it's going to be Fnatic.
Yep.
That's twice now they've succeeded in post plants, which is
dude, if he commits to that ult, that would have been sick.
There's the first attempt on it. Great work from Effie's to pull Doma away. But still, at this point, they are trying everything they can.
And again, it's the utility management, right? It's holding on to key pieces of util, like the wall. So these things like walking mid, right? Sending Boaster and Doma to walk mid in the mid round. It's things like that that means the Doma doesn't have to invest, you know, his wall on tube. Just simple little adjustments like that and playing a little differently. I mean, V1 actually, I gotta say, at least in the early round, playing a little slower than what we've seen so far at Reykjavik. I mean, Penny, yes, he's having a very good game, but it's not as aggressive as we've seen. At least they're not fighting for this early round control, and not really hunting out that entry, Lauren, right? We haven't seen him really playing very aggro on the operator. Even on the Bladestorm round previously there, he's just kind of hovering back and forth on belt. This is actually the perfect response.
The good news is V1 can take a site.
And these small kind of fact finders in the early round.
The bad news is their post plants are kind of all over the place.
A hybrid when it comes to
scrambled a little bit.
Specifically as a,
at least they can take the site, you know?
I guess, but he does lean more towards a rifle than most. He doesn't often post up for those early fights. We saw this when we were, I think it was like us looking at him against like CNED or someone or just someone who's more traditionally a heavier operator player.
Yeah.
He doesn't necessarily take those forward fights. He's not going to allow Penny to have as many of those instant opportunities. It was something that definitely cost him a fair amount against one like Shazam. So maybe an adjustment, keeping that mentality calm, could work for Durka here.
I mean, the other thing as well to consider, obviously, was Elsis making the switch back to Killjoy. I think the first time we saw them play Phoenix was actually in the Challengers 2 finals when they brought it out against Sentinels. But again, they have run that versus Crazy Raccoons. So maybe that's why we're seeing a little bit of an adjustment here in terms of the tempo from version 1.
Yeah, the bank's far from established for either side as well. It's both. It's been kept humble on either side. Penny going to try and get that quick start, though. Magnum's the one going to be drawn to attention. That's going to be the turret very quickly removed.
You see them now trying to set up a turret inside kitchen here to give them a forward push, and exactly the thing I was talking about, right? Doma not using the wall on tube. We're going to see V1 now try and walk up. Vanity going to find Mystic elsewhere.
What?
Actually going to come through and double down on that, but this is all presence elsewhere. Yeah,
what?
All presence elsewhere. Vanity's still now.
Vanity's just winning the round by himself.
Lean towards B site.
What a switch up. They took mid
They're not even going A.
Punishing every rotation, so everyone's on an island. If you're at A or if you're at B, you can't really leave it because you've lost all that control. Zelsis is just the bouncer, right? Like, you can't get past this guy. Now, Durka could do something dirty on his own, but that's all it's going to be, is Durka doing something individual here. He's got no support on the way. It's a long way off. Magnum's done well in middle, but even now, it's still tough. They don't know what's clear. They don't know what's safe. The spike plant's gone down.
No way they lose this round,
a post-plant 4v3, and they still cannot clear this player out in middle.
Jammy's 2 snake bites, 1 shock dart on F. He's noting that now. V1 need to hold deep. Actually, Zelsis gets spots out there, but
I thought he was so screwed.
Doma going to get Magnum back on his feet, so it comes to a 3v3, and HP advantage in favor of Fnatic. Durka now trying to pressure this back line. Trying to get this entry, but Penny comes out
the whiff. From whoever that was.
The HP may be low, but the times
that was the round-winning kill.
Time to back away here.
Whoever that was, I think
really
that was Durka.
Good switch up from
I don't know.
after that timeout. That was
that Jet versus Jet? Jet diff?
I'm so happy we saw that coming out of that tactical timeout, and you highlighted it earlier. I think that's the perfect example, right? Is that we noted the wall hadn't been committed towards tube. Clearly, the coach for V1 noted that too, and it was a pressure point. They found it, they already capitalize on it, they push up someone like Zelsis to be a nuisance in middle, make those rotations impossible, and while this happens,
that's
even
what happened.
better,
I see.
finding a pick towards the site is just, it's everything they could hope for.
That round got uncomfortably close.
I mean, I do love just those micro adjustments there, and actually, at the same time, it's...
Duck is going cell system.
What's that noise? Is that jet knives that sound like that? Like a bird? You hear that?
Anything give this away. There's the owl drone going through. Effie's the one to show it, but there is still another player here. There's two players waiting in middle. There's the counter to it. Durkin out. He swings and he still gets Celsius. How does he get that?
Coming through, gets away completely scot-free as well. Vanity once again will come through and find an entry onto A site. He's got Penny here to back him up this time around, but Durka and Mystic already can try and to contest this.
Oh,
he's going to find Mystic as well now. Durka unable to make a move with Vanity holding
the right
onto
click.
The other side
Here
of the
comes.
smoke.
Ready?
Little tap comes through from the spike now. Durka will find one, but Vanity still positioned well to trade that out.
Who got that opening
just comes
pick?
Down to both
On A.
30 seconds left.
I don't think they showed it.
Pulling 10-9 ahead.
Somebody killed the Killjoy instantly.
That pause has just given them that refresher coming back into this. They really have a good read now. And for Fnatic, they need to think quick on their feet. They really need to find a solution and fast, because as it stands,
Vanity, wow.
V1
He's gotten
really
like,
have the reins now. For the last couple of rounds, they've
he's
found
gotten
the perfect answer to this.
3 opening
they
picks
the mid plate.
on these gun rounds
trying to get a little bit of work done
that
here.
have won them the rounds.
Find Vanity, but the last two, how would you pull them out of position? Penny and Effie's. Yeah, no, not going to happen. Has to back away here. Rifle trying to keep that one in hand. Falls away, and it will be double digits hit for V1 in map 1 now.
Again, I got to say, on the back of Vanity. Again, fight. Nearly got it at the end there, but yeah, like I was saying, on the back of Vanity, just kind of again just coming in, being way ahead.
He B-hopped up top.
Way ahead of the.
That's crazy.
You know, the beat in terms of what Fnatic are expecting.
Enemy remaining.
Again, Durka unable. Great. Yeah, Durka really unable to do anything there to kind of help Mystic, with Vanity just posted on the outside of his smoke. I guess the complete opposite to what you would expect, right? He usually would be inside it.
Oh, they're doing something quick.
Well. No info.
Well,
directly
kind
there,
of
but
quick.
A good little information that, well, yellow looks safe, so hit that cross, and it's quite pacey from V1. There's the ult as a reply, though, from Mystic.
Uh-oh.
You can see the purchase is iffy
now
for
what?
Fnatic. Bits and pieces dragged together, the leftover from Boaster in that final round. This take is good.
They're actually still committing to this. Are they all going to try to sneak into Snowman? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. This is working out so well.
Constantly just trying to take room away from Fnatic. It's so well done. Keeping them back towards middle. No freebies being found here for Fnatic.
Holy
Spike
crap.
now should be able to get planted. It is. And Vanity going to pop himself up on top. Have a little look over the wall. He's going to spot out not just one, but two, three. He sees them all. Line up, maybe knock him down. Wait, Boaster, what?
No, dude.
I don't know. I don't know.
It was looking so good at the start, and then it got a little whiffy.
Probably a little bit baffled too, but we move on from it.
Still, man advantage should be right. Oh my!
Still does damage.
Oh,
he's gonna have
he
to
lived.
fall away from that. We still see that post plant. Look at it. If Jammies and Effies are alive,
they're gonna push you.
So
you gotta hold it. They're gonna push you.
Jammies actually posted up. Gonna get tagged up here, but again, gotta close the distance. Gotta find both of them. Durka will find one more, but 20 HP. Clock ticking away. Effies and Jammies already done the hard work. No possibility.
Wow.
Comes through, and V1 continue to push forward. 11-9 the scoreline. And I gotta say it now, with all that hard work Vanity's done in a couple of rounds leading up
I don't
want
to be that guy, but that was
becomes apparent, right?
That was kind of Mystic's fault there.
Vanity shows a little bit of presence. The Fnatic are left wondering, is he faking again? Is he just kind of trying to draw out this
He could have
rotation?
never expected like 4 people going through that little hole in his smoke or in his ult, but his ult needed to stay up. So him going out of his Viper's pit was not a good idea.
Right now for V1.
Oh, he has been the difference maker in my mind in the last 3 rounds. After that tactical timeout, his value has increased exponentially. He has become the difference maker. Now, we saw Penny being that a little bit in the first half. He was, really creating some good room. Jammy's having a good couple of rounds. Zelsis feeling, kind of, I guess, filling the gap a little bit as well. Like, everyone was having a good enough performance. It was fine. But Vanity has been hitting different in this half. The last couple of rounds have been perfect. Now, we do have a bit of a shaky purchase. I want to see what Boaster goes for, but we do have the op coming out for Durka, so we haven't seen much of that yet.
A shock dart?
No, and that actually makes me think they're going to continue. It's like I was saying, and again, Icebox is a weird one in terms of Fnatic, but they don't tend to have too many of these more kind of, choreographed defensive executes, right? These kind of set plays for taking early round control with utility. But actually, he must have already have full armor. Actually, still got decent utility. So actually got the full armor and the Vandal purchase here. But it's a good point you make to see the operator come out here. Makes me think that actually Fnatic want to sit back.
I'm
even
so confused
now.
How's that
like
even
I said,
possible?
In the early round, Vanity is just creating chaos. Right, and it's the two players once again. Like I said, yes. Vanity showing presence, and then Jammy's the one that actually towards the start of this half was the lurking factor. Right, so. The guessing game right now, the mind games, the psychological warfare version 1, is literally got Fnatic running around in circles.
Yes, it does. Keep your eyes on Vanity. Doma on the switch up this time. That's a little bit of a different look here. Durka's actually got himself over towards your traditional look for Durka. Doesn't normally post up this aggressively, but maybe the impact of
he knows. He knows he's not actually there.
I'm going to put Durka towards it as mid gets tested a touch as well.
He's still clearing it, though.
But no. Vanity seems so aware of this. If he gets down Durka here,
bro, Vanity he just knows, dude.
Slowly lean forward.
Perfectly placed smoke, man. It's just like, oh, something's weird here.
Yeah, something seems odd. And they've heard the steps. Vanity knows something's up here. Smoke down towards middle.
This is such a big round, dude.
Line.
For both teams, right? Just so like one will get you to like that match point, and the other one will kind of keep you alive, dude.
And now when they sit like this,
get that little
gotta
comeback.
Rely on Fnatic, remaining disciplined. Vanity crouching almost as if he knows what's on the other side of that wall.
This is going to be all about the timing on it. You're going to see it come out right about now. Durka is in under so much scrutiny. Util comes out, everything being poured in towards him. He gets away from it for now. The ult does come in, but Vanity walks forward. Durka finds him. First time they found the answer to this. 10 seconds on the board.
Seconds.
They have to, and the spike's in middle right now. They're going for a quick B piece. I don't think they can get there.
They just forgot. They forgot.
They
must have overlooked that.
Eyes on the spike. They don't have enough time on it. There is no way they have enough time on this. Fnatic, let them run down the clock. They will not bite into it. And that one pick on Vanity, that one bit of work was
They definitely overlooked
that
they didn't know that Magnum had an ult.
That was such a strange round. Again, actually kind of, like I said, trying to embrace all that paranoia they've built with all this early round pressure. And it just comes on the back of, like I said, this one kill, but also the lockdown, right? As soon as they see the lockdown, it's like, oh, crap, guys, we got 20 seconds left in the round. The lockdown's still burning for 8 seconds. That takes us to 12 seconds. The math doesn't work out. They try and hit the rotate to B, and again, got to credit Fnatic. With them playing with that operator so deep on belt, then backing up to site, they have enough control to just sit in that 2-1-2.
But the fast mid, they've gone for a fast mid lean. Look towards where Penny is. Look at their positioning. Effie's has already found Doma. They're about to be wrapped towards B. It's going to be Boaster on an island here. Magnum can try and help, but
how the heck did
not
Penny get into sight?
What found Jammies, but a quick trade out for Effie's. And now the 4v3 ensues, and Mystic, Durka, and Magnum, I don't know where they're going to find these from, but Magnum trying to creep up towards Tube. He's going to get the swing on it. Oh, Zelsis! Huge pick for Zelsis. Spike now down, and Fnatic in trouble. A huge pace change there. That mid play was perfect. Penny finding Mystic now. Durka, you're going to back away, and he can't. Great work from V1.
Man, I'm like,
that was beautiful.
Fucking half asleep
again,
here. I don't even know how Penny got into sight.
To the other.
What the hell happened?
I mean, big discussion coming into this, right? Depth.
They just rush through
they
orange?
Have such a good
or dash over
two
right now
and
take it?
Pace,
I don't even know.
In terms of the tempo of these rounds, and like I said, all of these things, they add up now over 3, 4, 5 rounds, and they can just run rings around Fnatic. They can switch up, hit mid like this, and Fnatic just aren't prepared for it. They aren't.
It does feel as though V1 are determining the pace. They're kind of leading this kind of mental game the entire way through. Durka does have his ult available. Vanity's on the op here. And a mid piece right back at them. They're walking mid. There's two of them. Doma and Durka are walking mid on this piece. Now, they've gone quite quickly towards this. Now, they've noted enough that it makes them feel they can fall away from this now. Presence made towards middle. You're going to have the commitment of the ultimate from Zellsis. Vanity still watching for this one. Magnum's got to be careful now. He knows there's presence coming his way. A spam? Sure, but he's got to back out from this now. There's the ult as well coming out from
the
Viper on the
V1
side.
invested pretty much everything here. I mean, they kind of have to, right?
Just yet. Still a minute on the board, and they've just taken towards the site. You're going to have the ultimate pop on the other side of things.
Oh,
Magnum and
no.
Durka in combination, though. Fine, quick pace.
Oh, no. OT to start it off?
Spike back to hand, but this player's on the site with him. He is not safe here at all.
He's not. Actually, Magnum just going to charge on through and he'll find the kill. It's Jammies as well. Both Fnatic going to flush him out with the shock dart, but Fnatic now in a 4v2. Effie's the only man left, and shock darts, yes,
Vanity's
but not in a
alive,
decent position here.
Vanity is still alive, and I will not doubt this man. The diffuser's coming in right now. It's over
Oh,
halfway. They are sitting this one the best they can. They have taken it to 11. The wall succeeds, and V1 now have the challenge in front of them.
That's
it's
so
OT
funny.
or it's GG in map 1. What do they
didn't
do?
really
Does
matter,
Fnatic
but
turn it around in the final moments? We're at 11 to 12. This could not be a better game between these two.
And again, it's a similar situation.
I didn't think
to what we've
that. I
seen
didn't
with
think this would be
V1
so
before,
closely
right?
matched.
It gets to
I'll
kind
be
of
honest.
this momentum round, right? When everything comes online, they have the Viper's Pit, the lockdown, they have all this utility to invest on this set piece here. Unfortunately, okay, I'm sorry. Again, though, it's Magnum. It's the second time, but it's because Magnum goes hunting inside the Viper's Pit, right? The decay, though.
Oh my God, they're going so fast, dude.
He's got 2. It could not happen. Boom for Durka. But Fnatic needs him. He comes online. That's 3 huge kills.
Why,
And now
man?
Effie's is just stunned. His team just got shredded on the way in.
It's insane again. V1
Just do what you guys were doing. It was working.
Hyper aggro in the early round here, and
No need to change it up, try to surprise them. Just do what you guys were doing to win.
On the clock, Effie's
Yeah, they're getting too crazy, man. They're trying to change everything up. I don't understand.
It's going to take a miracle.
What they were doing was working.
Effie's clutch out a few rounds, but this is a tall order for him.
Let's see what you got, Effies. It's not over. It'd be OT. But he's going to fight with everything he's got for it. Spike in hand, 48 seconds. 4 players in front of him. It starts with 1, but the trade comes out. But that round was Durka sitting in what's normally, I'd say, a 1 and done. But somehow he gets away with 3.
Yeah, just absolutely. I mean, the guy's 31 and 17 right now. He's having an absolutely insane performance.
Zellsis was facing it too.
Zellsis was facing it. Vanity, I guess, was still placing a smoker. They just wanted to execute really quickly here. But you're absolutely right. The fact that he gets out after finding 2 and then finds a 3rd is absolute insanity.
But look, V1 have been setting the tone until now. That's been the first couple of rounds where I feel it's back and forth between these two.
Yeah, I can't believe we're V1 and overtime again. This is when things got really dicey. Yes, we can credit the in-game leadership.
Play.
No.
That was a tag on Penny. Penny's 60 HP.
I don't know how, but
I check him, PC man. But for now, that was contact towards B, but it is still a piece towards A. You have a bit of a split
This ain't
here.
looking good.
3-2, spike towards spawn. They're not really overly committing anywhere. I say that, and they're making fair progress. They're pulling utility away, but I feel like Fnatic are going to fall off this. This is a fake piece.
Yeah, Penny's already.
They wasted so much right there. Fnatic won this early stage of this. This early back and forth, Fnatic just won it. They won it. Jammies used one snake bite.
Strong. Haven't committed either side just yet.
Wait.
Well, I like this from Effie's.
Never mind. I thought Effie's used the shock darts.
Could be big, but
it was Boaster that used the shock darts. They're good. I literally thought Effie's used both his shock darts and Jammies used his snake bites. But it was the other way around. Boaster used his shock darts. Jammies used his snake bites. So they actually didn't win that. They didn't win that like early ability kind of. That kind of balanced out.
Fake, but Penny already posted up. Going to find the right information. Fnatic, they got to go now. 20 seconds. They're committed. They have to hit B site.
Oh boy.
If there's any utility in the way, there's going to be a problem, but Boaster and Durka in quick combination do find two. Jammies and Penny are down. It's on Vanity to try and dissuade this.
No
Denial
way.
on the defuse, on the spike plant even, excuse me. Zelsis finds Mystic. That's massive work. And now Fnatic clutching at straws. They look rabid in this. They
my
deny
God.
LP, but Effie's can
He's
do
an
anything.
animal.
He's bringing it to the
Durka's an
absolute
animal.
finest of margins.
Just save the
Boaster
round.
missed him. There is a world in which he can still find this 1v1. Boaster's timing is everything. Does he spot him? Not yet. Effie slips the net.
Oh, no.
Oh no, Effie.
Slips the net. It's a fumble from Effie's. He has to push Doma out of position. He's found the fight, but Doma just slips away. He fades away, makes it harder. No one is giving Effie's the fight here. He's going to have to drag them out of these positions, or somehow Fnatic have pulled off the first. Good shot from Effie's.
Does he not
He has
know?
no
He has
idea
no
what
idea.
Boaster is. Boaster, great work in the end.
He had no
Brilliant
idea
flank
that
after
the he had no
absolute
idea that the guy shot a
madness that
dart
went down
behind
on
him.
that site.
No clue.
Oh, 20 seconds left. I'm pretty sure it goes back and forth for 3 or
He
4
was
trades.
so
on site.
focused.
Durka again.
Dude, that's where your teammates got to
Two
tell you, man. Your
massive
teammates got to
kills.
tell you that shit.
to at least get some control. But then Effie's, I don't know how, but he still gets that transfer. It still looks possible for V1.
That's not
to
really
close
up
this
to him.
round out.
That's more so up to his teammates for not
The
telling him.
second one here, massive to dig Vanity.
They were
out
just
from
as
behind the
focused
double
on the
box.
round as he was,
That was
or on
all
the individual
V1s
play,
until
rather.
Durka came up.
Yes,
Like that was
it
theirs.
was literally, yeah.
13-12 Fnatic with the upper hand here, but we look back towards what V1 can do. It's been Vanity being nuts on this side. Penny has had some brilliant moments, but we need it all to combine here to see V1 take this again into another OT, or it's map 1 into Fnatic's hands. First time Fnatic have
You only
had the
heard it
lead
land
in a
behind him. How would you know it
minute,
came
really.
from behind him?
As
That's a
Rave's
good
mid
point,
presence is
actually.
being noted.
Because you'd probably
Zelsis
hear
working on with that
the
Aldrome. Doma on the other
when it
side,
come
but
when it
trying
comes
to
in from
see
above,
who
you
shows
hear
first. It's a
the
swing from
loud
Doma, and it ain't a
the
miss.
loud like
Ball
ticking
goes
as
up,
it's flying
that's
through the air. It
mid-control,
didn't
but
do
it's not
that.
where
It just
the hit's
landed
coming to.
instantly.
It's still
That would be
missing
really hard to
towards that
catch,
A side.
though.
Durka sees
That's
it,
a really
but
hard
loses his
catch.
life for it. Vanity succeeds, but Magnum is waiting patiently. Do they check on this player?
Oh.
Vanity's gonna head on through, does not notice just
Oh.
yet. There is still presence here, and it's Magnum from up on top. Finds Vanity. Spike yet to go down.
Oh my God,
Magnum
Magnum's
again.
owning.
Jammies and Effies with it all to
They're going
do
back
in a
B.
2v4 to save
Run,
V1
Effies,
to pull
run.
them into another OT.
Oh,
But
they
Jammies
lost.
gets called off by Mystic.
Go next.
And now Effie's again presented with what feels like the impossible task.
Lambot spots him out now in a position where he has to swing. He's going to spot a barrel hit. Try and dig one out with the shock dart. Doma, I guess, thinks he's unseen there, but comes through.
They just-
We'll
Great
find the
work.
first.
Just
Doma
left
falls.
them.
HP. If it was cleaner, I could maybe see something. 20 more seconds. Magnum
No
tries
way.
to
No
throw it
way.
at Effie's.
They're not gonna.
Grabs him
I mean,
down.
he
Now
lost,
the
but
1v2.
still.
Can he? Surely Boaster just plays this chill. He's got to be calm. You can see the pressure, the nerves mounting, but the denial from
He was playing that
Mystic
well.
and Fnatic
Effie was playing that well,
turn
but-
it after V1 led that game for some time.
That was insane. That was such a crazy map 1 to start this series off, but Durka going absolutely massive on ice.
That went better than I
A lot
thought.
of those rounds just on the back of him stringing together kills
For V1, I
left,
mean.
right and center, but also
Like, V1 played
the other
better
things
than
we
I
look
was
towards,
expecting.
Right? Boaster and Magnum in those roles, those information gatherers, those lurks, time and time again finding value. I mean, you know what? Before I came into this, I was saying Fnatic, if they can find value being proactive in the early round,